a short self-defense stick or any improvised stick that you can find. This is one piece of driftwood we got on a trip overseas this past year, and it's very effective. But what you can do is you can train with any short stick using short stick techniques. You can defend yourself if you have no other option. Of course, some people might carry one of these. Some people will carry something like this. Some people will carry pepper spray or gel where you can, but you might be in a situation where you cannot carry those things. Maybe you're at a ball game at a big stadium and you had to go through, like they do down here in Florida at the Marlins games, or the big football games, the Dolphins games, or now that Messi's playing in town, you go through metal detectors. You can't carry any of these self-defense tools. They do bag checks or looking for things, but something happens, you find yourself in need of a self-defense tool, self-defense stick. We can see all around us, the world's going a little crazy right now. You might need to pick up something to defend yourself with, and you would have some options with something like this. Hello, John, it's good to see you. The point is, learning how to fight with a short stick for self-defense gives you some options, because you can improvise a short self-defense stick, whether it is an actual piece of wood like this, a piece of driftwood that I found walking on the beach. The beach was littered with these all around this size. I don't know where it came from. It looks that's obviously been cut by some type of a cutting tool. It's man cut, but it was just littering the beach. If I had to, there was some crazy person on the beach, which happens, and they had something like a bladed weapon, and you had a stick, you're gonna have some reach advantage. You're gonna be able to hit him before he hits you. This is also a force multiplier, because it takes the power of a strike that you practice and it concentrates it all on the tip and giving you a lot more leverage. You're able to hit a lot harder. So let's talk about some of the techniques, some of the things that you can practice in your garage, dojo, in your basement, wherever you practice to train for self-defense. And then if you need to, and you have to pick up a stick, and then we'll talk about what improvised self-defense sticks might be around you. You'll know how to fight with a stick because you practice some basic things. Now, first I'm going to show you two places that you can hold this. You can hold it traditionally, like you would imagine most sticks would be picked up and carried. I would always have you hold so that you have a little bit coming out of the pinky side of your hand. This one has that nice beveled edge, which would dig in and remove some flesh if you had to. It also concentrates all the force into that point there. You can use that to strike into soft tissue, into pressure points, into the throat. That would be a fatal strike. So you can use it like this, coming down, using the backside. You can do a reverse strike into his jaw, into his neck, into his forehead, into his temple, or into his ribs. If he's taller than you, or if you're seated, you can strike that way. You can strike the guy run up behind you, the person who's holding on to you, pulling you, choking you from behind, striking down into his groin, into the soft tissue, belly button, between the belly button and the privates. There's that thin muscle, smash him there. He's gonna drop, he's gonna have to let go. Or you can turn, and as you turn, striking into his temple, into his jaw, anywhere you can remove or destroy his ability to see, be awake. Maybe you hit him in the head, knock him out. His ability to breathe temporarily, permanently. His ability to breathe and stand up. You strike him there, you knock his wind out. You also put his muscle into a spasm, make it hard for him to stand up. Going down into the groin, you dig that into, you're seated on the bench, dig it into the side of his leg, into the thigh. So that's the first type of strike. Imagining you're using the bottom of it with the long side coming out of your thumb. Then, of course, you can do these angular strikes. Think of striking, that hurts, right into the temple, into his jaw, into his neck, into his arm. You can go for his elbow joint. Maybe he's holding that knife, he's coming out with you. You can smash and break his wrist, smash the knife out of his hand, breaking the bones in his hand. This would easily do that. This is a very dense, hard wood. It's a beautiful piece of driftwood. A little bit of marking there from some natural source, but you could easily break whatever you hit. Happy New Year. I think Richard said Happy New Year. John's here. A lot of people in the chat I haven't said hello to in a while. It's a new year. We're practicing to keep ourselves safe, keep your family safe. You're exercising your God-given right to self-defense fighting for self-defense with simple techniques you can use with an improvised self-defense short stick. And the short stick we'd say is anything shorter than a walking stick. So a walking stick is about 36 inches. We cut that in half. This is about 18 inches. Put two of these together, there's your walking stick. So you cut it in half. I also make sticks that you can practice with that you can also carry. I put a link in the description below if you want to see what that is. Those principles of self-defense, what can you remove or destroy? That comes from Tim Larkin's book. That's what gives you the idea of the targets to strike. So we have angular strikes, both coming from the same side of the body, always come off of your shoulder, right? You want to fight behind your stick. That's a basic principle. Fight from behind the stick, coming off of this one. Zero gluten's here. Zero gluten, I'm with you all the way. No more inflammation. Get rid of the gluten. Coming off of the shoulder here, coming off of the shoulder here, striking to the head, striking to the arm, maybe going down, striking his knee, knocking his leg out from under him. You can create a lot of power with this reverse strike, especially when you turn your shoulders and hips into it. That also gives you more reach. You hit them farther away from you. You can follow through with that strike, follow through with the strike, come through here, come down straight on the top of his head, knocking him out, knocking him unconscious, breaking his clavicle, breaking his hand. So we have these basic strikes, angle, straight down, coming across, coming back, and then holding it here, jabbing in, swing it here, swing it up. That we already talked about the reverse strike using here, come through here, come back here. But all these basic techniques, put in the comment section, where can you find your improvised sticks? And I'll see you guys in just a little